So welcome back to another full week of marathon training. 3 weeks to go. The biggest long run is done. The majority of the training is done. We now have to navigate this final 3 weeks, and this week we still have a couple of big workouts. And that first workout is going to start tomorrow. So we've got the classic Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday routine back. We're still going to have a decent long run this weekend as well. Good volume, just very minimal intensity. There's no harm in doing some longer miles. It's not going to be as long as last weekend, maybe between 20-22 miles, but limited intensity as we start to ease off. So the focus this week is Tuesday and Thursday. Let's lock in and get today done first. And of course, what have we got today? Well, we've got the usual 80 minutes and strides. So we peaked at 80 in this block. I peaked at 90 last time, but 80 is fine. It's felt good. I've wanted to keep the strides in, and I think the strides have really helped just keep things feeling sharp throughout the block. A couple of weeks where I haven't done them, but otherwise they've been a regular staple throughout these last few weeks. So I'm gonna get this one done, and I'll see you tomorrow for the workout. Here we go then, it's Tuesday, first workout of the week. It is 15 by a K off of 60 seconds easy jog recovery. Now I forgot to charge my GoPro last night, so battery life is not going to be good today, so I'm going to get this intro done quickly. It's a daunting one, 15 by a K. It's always the peak session I do, or I should say it's always the session I do after the biggest long run as I start to bring things back down. I've been used to doing 10 by a K. 15 obviously is a big number, but I keep trying to remind myself that I've been doing 21 20k sessions, 26 in the long run on the weekend, and so 15 is just a sign that things are going back down the other way. It's just the prospect of going up and down the industrial estate so many times, but we're going to get it done. Drink mix for fuel today because I've run out of gels. Let's get this one underway. Okay, 5 done, and they're good. This traffic though is a nightmare. I've had to stop on about 3 reps so far to either go around the gate or roadworks on the pavement. So I'm hoping this work traffic clears so that I can have a bit more of a uninterrupted flow. Hey, there we go, 10 done. So that's the normal session complete. Just got to somehow manage to tack on another 5. There we go, smashed it. All done, 15. Really happy with that. What was really interesting is I did not check my heart rate once, other than that last rep when I flicked over, and it peaked at 164. And that was the fastest rep at 5:30 per mile. So you will know, because I'll have put it on screen, but I'm wondering if the majority of those reps were all sub T, which the goal was for the first part of them to be. Then I assumed I'd just drift up, but maybe they all were. Happy days, brilliant sesh. All right, good evening, welcome to Tuesday night, easy run. Massive apologies, forgot the GoPro, so I'll make this short and sweet. Just getting 4 or 5 miles done tonight, nothing more. As we start to taper, I'm just gently bringing the volume of all the runs slightly down, but I'm still keeping the routine. So I'm still going to double both days this week. Next week I will drop a double. The week after, race week, I won't double at all. So service resumes as normal. I'll see you on Thursday for the next sesh. So here we go, it is Thursday, next session of the week. Before we get into this one, I want to take this opportunity to say a massive thanks to SaySky for sponsoring this video. Really appreciate their support in the build up to Abingdon Marathon, as I did have last year as well. Delighted to be repping all their garments throughout this training series. Today I'm wearing one of their racing vests. In fact, this is the one where I ran my marathon PB in Newport back in 2023. 240, so we've got a racing singlet on, the classic combat shorts, their racing socks, and the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3. As you guys see, all year round, regardless of if they're sponsoring me or not, I'm repping their kit, whether it's casual or on training as well. I'm delighted to be able to give you guys 15% off using the discount code FOD15. You can use this discount code on all SaySky items except for the sale items. Someone highlighted that to me last week, but all full price items you can get 15% off. They've got some great kit out already, and they've got some more drops coming up later this year. There's only about 3-4 more weeks left where you guys are going to be able to use this code, as Abingdon is in less than 3 weeks time, which is super exciting. So make sure you use discount code FOD15 to get yourself 15% off all SaySky items. And once again, SaySky, a massive thanks for sponsoring this video. And so what have we got on the cards for today? Well, same as last week, 6x2k. That's kind of the blend that I've been doing this training block, kind of mixing in the Norwegian singles approach and swapping out the first day to be a marathon specific session. So you've seen that over the last few weeks. The Tuesday session has been a bit more bulky and voluminous, resorting back to the 2k reps today, and thankfully only a few more weeks whilst I have to keep doing this up and down the industrial estate. But we are getting into good shape, and today we're going to be doing the same again, just aiming for around that 540 5:45 pace on these reps. We nailed the 15 by K on Tuesday, and so today we're just going to get another 12k worth of work done, faster than marathon effort. Final thing to say before we roll into this one, the Pumas. So today's run will take them over 200 miles, and I've been really impressed with them. So I'll give you guys, you probably would have seen already, a 200 mile update. However, I am debating on whether to get a second pair now before the marathon. I've laced these up for 4 or 5 workouts now through this block, and every time I just ping along so nicely, remind myself why they are so good. Heart rate's a little bit lower in them, and someone said to me back when I talked about my marathon shoe video, everyone was like, yeah, don't use a fast R, stick with the Adidas. And I get it, that's exactly where my mind is at. But one person said, it's your one race, you should use the best tool for the job. And although I know I can't use the Fast R, I'm starting to think that this is the best tool for the job. So I'm having a bit of a panic. Not a panic, I'm having a bit of second thoughts on this one. So I'm gonna get this workout done, and I might be making a impulse purchase on a second pair. So the Adidas might not be the race shoe. Anyway, let's get into this. So there we go, cracking stuff, grommet, as Wallace would say. Really happy with that. Didn't bother checking in during the workout. I just ended up locking in. It's hard going. I can kind of talk in between K reps. When I get to 2 and 3 with 60 seconds recovery, I do start to just have to focus on in those 60 seconds. But brilliant paces, very happy. For the most part, again, heart rate stayed sub T, especially for the first 2 or 3. And then when it did start to climb towards the end of reps like 4, 5 and 6, for the most part it's at 164, 165, which is pretty much my threshold. And it peaked at 168 in the last 100 meters, and that was it. So fitness is in a really good place, and these shoes have put me in a real predicament because I want to go home now and order some, but as I've mentioned in previous times, I've got that heel rub going on, which I've said if I stay on the shoe for a long period of time, I tend to find that after the half marathons, just a little bit of rubbing on the Achilles. I have taped it up before and it's been absolutely fine. So now I've got to go back and go, do I want the performance benefits and then just tape up my ankles, or do I just stick with the Adidas? God. Anyway, job's a good one. See you later. Right, we're back out for the double. The 4 of us tonight. This is going to be this is going to be a theme over winter. I'm telling you now. Tuesday socials. It's getting 40 done, 45, nice and easy. With this lot. So welcome to Friday. It is another easy day. Just bringing it down a smidge. 50 minutes today instead of like the 60 or 70. I would have done 60, but I'm in a bit of a rush today. Car issues this morning meant straight from the school run into the garage just to check a light on the dashboard. You know how it is. So I'm back, quick 50 into work. We'll make up the time later. And yeah, just as always with the Thursday night runs that I do, they just help shake the legs out from the session in the morning. And I've tended to feel really good on the Friday, and it's no different today. Heart rate's quite low, which is good, mainly sitting in the 120s. But the weather is just so weird. It is raining but so humid. It was not like this last year, and I'm really hoping that with just over 2 weeks to go, this humidity buggers off, because I do not want this on race day. And just very quickly before we get into tomorrow's long run, the Pumas, I didn't end up ordering any. Simple reason, the heel rub. So I mentioned it like, I think they are the best for the job, and I could tape up the heels, but my heel was actually really, so in that last mile, what did I run, like 12 point something miles yesterday. And I've said in the past, when I go over sort of 10 in a race and I'm putting some good intensity in there, they start to rub a bit, and my heel is really sore. I had to take my heel up this morning because there's a bit of a blister that's appeared. So I'm just like, I don't need that on race day. I did do a couple of long runs in them earlier in the block, really before we started this final 8 weeks, and the one was not very intense, more steady, and it was fine. And then I did one with a bit more intensity in it, and it seemed to be okay. So that's why I kind of thought, well, maybe I can get away with it. But with it coming back yesterday, I just thought, is it worth the risk? Absolutely not. Eliminate risks, mitigate any factors that might cause an issue on race day, stick with the Adidas. So let's rock and roll. We'll get this one done today. I'll see you tomorrow for the final long run. So good morning and welcome to Saturday, the last run of the week and the last long run. Obviously we've got one next weekend, but the last big long run. So today we have a storm, so it's not fun to run in. However, today's approach is a lot more relaxed. 75 minutes, nice and steady. I'm on a relaxed steady at the moment, so where I'd normally be ticking over 630s, 640s, I'm currently ticking over at 657, so much more chilled. Heart rate reflecting that, staying in the 130s for the majority of this so far. 25 minutes in, then we're going to roll into 653 on, 3 off. Those 3 ons are just going to be a bit quicker than marathon effort, hopefully closer to half, but somewhere in the middle will be great. And then we'll wrap it up with 10 or 15 easy, take it to around about, sorry, 10 or 15 steady again like I am now, take it to about 2 hours 10ish. And as this is a bit more of a non-specific long run, more so time on feet with about 18 minutes of spinning the legs a bit quicker, I can take my time, I can relax, I gain nothing from pushing this hard 2 weeks out, but I will gain some good aerobic benefits just from being out here for a good period of time. I just don't want to fatigue myself, and that is the purpose of the long run 2 weeks out. So with that in mind, I'm using the trails for the first 75 minutes before we kick in, and then I'll do the 6x3 on 3 off out on the estate. We have 40 to 50 mile an hour winds out there. It's a bit more sheltered in here. I have a bit of a tailwind right now, but it is really bad. So basically, don't expect any fast paces today. I'm not. So let's get this 75 minutes done, and I'll see you out on the estate for these reps. Okay, so nearly there. We've got rolling now. So we were splitting 655, 654 on those first 5 or 6 miles. Hit the turnaround, just gone up a gear. I noticed my heart rate was sitting nicely at top of 130s, which is great, but this is a steady effort after all. So we're now down to 644 overall, which means we've been dropping some 630s along the way back. Haven't got mile splits on, so just the overall average pace, and we are 3 minutes from going. So that's 2 done already, a couple of favourable reps. First one, we ended up starting at the top road, so I had a bit of a downhill and a bit of a tailwind, and this second one was a bit more of a mixed bag in terms of wind. I think I'm about to now head down to the roundabout the other end, so we really are going to get the full force of this. So let's lock in to these next 2. Really good. 528 tailwind, 533 headwind. Very happy indeed. Really worked into this one. Felt more alive as the run's gone on. 2 more. Let's absolutely go. That was brilliant. 528, 527 I think for those last 2. Floated strong as well. All the floats are in the 6s. The floats got quicker as well towards the end. Really happy with that. One of those runs where I started off feeling sluggish, battered by the wind on the way out. Still battered by the wind now, but it just felt stronger as I've gone through. Shows the power of fueling. Still having a gel every 20 minutes. This has been great. So there we go, a huge thanks to you guys for tuning in this week, really appreciate it. We've got 2 weeks to navigate now until the big day. Good luck to everyone racing this weekend. I know when this video goes out on Monday it will have happened, but I hope you all have a great race. Hope the wind has calmed down for you, and speaking of storms, let's hope we don't get a repeat of last year in 2 weeks time. Fingers crossed. If you enjoyed this video guys, I'll make sure I leave a link up the top here to last week's training, the biggest week. If you missed that one, check that one out, or check out this video down here, my Puma DV8 Nitro Elite after 200 miles. You can see more detail on that, having sessioned in it this week. I'm going to see you guys over on one of those.